Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, welcome into the Keeping Up with the Kardashians after show right here on AfterBuzzTV.com. We are talking in the blink of an eye today. I'm Bobby DeMuro, joined by Frankie, Sterling, Nick. We are on the live stream. They've got a laptop in front of them, so if you're watching this video live on YouTube right now on Sunday evening, you can comment along. We will watch them, we'll look at them, we'll respond to them. If they're funny, we'll say them on air.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. Before we get into it, one quick thing, guys. We're doing something kind of cool this week. We have a survey for you on podcast1.com. That's going to go live, I believe, at midnight. And what we want to do is we want to know what you guys think about our shows. You can be really, really honest. Hopefully you say, you know, decent things. If you're going to say bad things, make them about Nick. Nobody likes him.
Quick shout out to
Imagine we get an overwhelming amount of bad things said about me. Wow.
No, seriously, though. We have a survey on podcast1.com. Go there right now. You'll find it. It's AfterBuzz TV in the search bar if you can't find it, but go there, take a survey, let us know what you think about the show, how we can improve it, all that kind of stuff, in addition to all the rating and commenting and stuff you guys do anyways. We think we get good feedback from you, but we're always down to hear more. So podcast1.com.
And a quick little shout out to get us started.
Yes.
Live for the Summer is watching live from New Zealand.
Woo!
And Leah C is watching live from Australia.
What's up, Leah? And Live for the Summer.
Is it like...
What time is it over there? Yeah, let me check right now.
Tell us what time it is.
Tell us in.
All right, well, hey, there we go. All right, let's jump into this. First thing, we usually do news and gossip at the end. We're going to start it at the start because it was kind of in the show today. Kim is pregnant.
Woo, woo! That
Didn't
was
see
my
this
news and
coming.
gossip. You totally stole it, Bob.
Yay!
So what do we make of the news that we saw in the whole mid-season finale, you know, coming up in the second half, but also the storyline in the show today?
Well, right around this time, she must have gotten pregnant because they wouldn't announce it unless she was at least 3 months pregnant, just because that's bad luck, too, otherwise.
Especially for someone that's having a difficult time
Right,
conceiving.
exactly. And you don't want to jinx it or anything like that. So I feel like these treatments during this time that they're taping are probably what helped.
You know what I think it was? I think it was John Edward.
Yeah,
I do too.
He was very helpful. I don't think you'll get pregnant, but you might
But
get
you
pregnant.
will get
might
pregnant,
get pregnant.
so just be positive, but you're not.
He's the
All
guy.
your ground there.
And not to blow him up totally, but
What?
let's blow him up totally.
Okay, let's do
He's
it.
the guy who, like...
His name's John, you said?
John Edward. It was that
John,
crossing,
Jonathan. Okay,
It
anyways,
was that
go ahead.
crossing over show, John Edward. Do you remember that show he had? Where, like, he would go up to people in the audience and he'd be like, "Did you have an aunt named Sheila?" And the guy would be like, "No." And he'd be like, "You had an aunt who had a green sweater, right?" And the person would be like,
Sure.
"Sure." He's like, "That aunt is right here, right now." That's what this guy does.
Oh, I've never seen
Oh
that.
God, dude! Crossing over is like crossing into the super, you know, the next life kind of.
He's no
crap.
Teresa Caputo, because I know
He's-
who that is, and she's a medium, a Long Island medium. That's the real stuff.
It's the same venue, man.
stuff.
That's
It's
the real
the
stuff.
same
Even in,
blows my
that, even in
mind.
that episode that they flashed back to tonight, it was just like, I feel like you had a positive male role model. So my dad, like, you know, that's...
It's really broad stuff.
Yeah, really broad.
Like you'd go up to Sterling and you'd say, you know, I just get the feeling that you love having fun. Because you smile 24 hours a day.
Right.
So if you're around her for 8 seconds, you're like, yeah, fun. I love fun. Who doesn't like fun?
Yeah, that's-
Figured it out. Do that.
So like her, you know,
Sold.
you know what makes me crazy about this is as dumb as they're famous for, the things that they're famous for are so dumb and frivolous. They still work really hard, and we talk about it on the show all the time how hard this family works. They make their own luck by working hard. When you do that, when you work so hard, you take the guessing game psychic bullshit out of it. Why do you have to go to John Edward for this stuff? You work hard, you do everything right, you're healthy, you have the best doctors. You don't need to cross over with the medium.
No, but I do think for them, think about it. She doesn't know if she's going to get pregnant, and through all of this, that's sort of what else is she going to do?
whole
But
point,
that's where
right.
she's grasping her hope from. is that right there, or else what? She doesn't think she's gonna get pregnant.
But
at
it
that
seems
point.
to me, generally speaking, the hardest workers I know don't deal with this bullshit. And the laziest people are like, oh, I wonder what the signs are going to say. There's a total dichotomy there, and she works so hard on everything. And then she's like, well, let's ask the supernatural guy. Maybe he knows. It's like, why don't you just keep doing what you're doing? Because it obviously worked. It wasn't John Edward.
Well, at the time, she didn't know it worked.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times too with people like psychics and stuff, even if they're just pulling things out of the hat, they'll say something to you, and then you just reflect on it and reflect on it and reflect on it, and then it ends up coming true.
Right.
You automatically pull things and associate with yourself. I feel whatever they're gonna say.
So he although he was wishy-washy, he said just picture yourself with it, blah blah blah. So I'm sure subconsciously
put it in the universe.
Yeah.
We're getting into the secret type of stuff right now.
Exactly, man. I'm gonna. Oh,
It's true though.
Destiny.
Your mind is so powerful.
Okay, you know what? I'm putting it in the universe right now. I want a listener today to give me $50 million American dollars. It's in the universe.
Yes.
Let it float. I will own it.
It's happening.
I
Float
can
into our
feel
account.
it.
I'm gonna put the opposite for you in the universe, so it's not gonna happen.
No, you
so
cannot.
sorry when it doesn't happen. We know it's real.
The secret is that's because you know it's bullshit. The secret is you can only put positive into the universe. Everybody knows that.
-2.
Fine, then
called karma.
Good vibes only.
Then
You guys, it's 2:17 or probably a little bit later in Australia.
And it's 4:17 in New Zealand.
And 2:17.
Cool.
In the-
So just in case you wanted a little
afternoon.
update on that.
we're talking about the
They're loving
afternoon.
your denim jacket.
Oh, thanks, girl.
All right, maybe these live comments are a bad idea.
This is fun. I like talking to you guys. It's way better than talking to you other guys.
Oh,
No,
hey.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, F is not
that
for friends
note.
anymore.
F is for friends.
I'm gonna put good vibes into the universe right now for Sterling.
This one sure ain't.
Okay, John Edward aside. First off, hey, if your name is John and you appear on the show on the Kardashians, good luck, man.
That's what I was saying.
We're gonna blow you up.
I tweeted. Let's just say we both tweeted to get the other Jonathan
Totally,
in here.
dude, totally.
No answer. Never wanted to come. I guess that means he was too scared because he knew we were right.
I'll have my people talk to his people.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I got people.
Yeah.
I actually don't have any people. I have a dog. Anyways.
I don't even have that. That's
All right, let's talk a little bit about Kim not around John Edward. Okay, I don't want to laugh at this, and I'm sorry to laugh at
Don't
this,
laugh.
but I have to because nobody got hurt. In the car accident, Kim's face.
I didn't see
she
it.
doesn't have the, best crying faces or scared.
Are you talking post accident when she was
Like,
starting?
No,
the
during.
episode?
as it was happening, as the
Yeah.
And I know your daughter's there, so you're terrified. Like that's another level. But just her face in any of these situations, like when things get when adversity strikes a little bit, she just cannot deal with it at all.
I think she just breaks into normal person and not standing model all the time, like puckered and ready. So I think when that happens, we see a little glimpse of like what a normal person's face may look like.
Because she's
That's
so
going to be a viral meme any
Oh
moment
my
now. If it isn't
gosh.
already, I haven't looked on Twitter yet.
because she's so put together
Yeah.
normally that when she breaks down, it's like double because we never see it.
There's been phone
Yeah.
cases with her crying face on the back, so
Oh,
when people
really?
are like holding it up during selfies, it looks like her.
I just and again, I mean, not to make fun because the daughter thing is another thing, and like we've all probably been in like car crashes or scares, so it is scary.
It is scary when you
But-
skid like that, especially when it's snowing
you don't-
and on black ice. Yeah.
I had that happen to me, and you don't know. You're just like, oh, well,
You
Yeah.
literally,
You don't know.
It's like Carrie
take
Underwood
the
said,
wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Just gonna quote it. Wow.
Well, speaking of Jesus, wasn't it so cute when Khloe and the kids were praying on the plane?
Yes.
Penelope's
Mason is
face.
by
Oh my
far My
god.
favorite character on
Penelope
the show.
was just sitting there like this, like with her
Squinting
eyes squeezed
so hard. So cute.
That was adorable.
It was, but it seems like such a.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems not the kids. It seems like again these producer-driven storylines, which is every storyline in the Kardashians besides Bruce. It seems like every one of these things, especially this one today, we just get hit over the head with like, oh, we could be gone tomorrow. We should love each other now. Like, we know that's
Yeah.
such an obvious trope in television and everywhere else that it should go without saying.
Okay, I agree with you, but I do have to say, when I look at tweets on Twitter or anything like that, a lot of fans will comment being like, oh, they're so true. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. We all need to remember that. So it is reaching somebody, but I am on your same page of like, really? if you don't already know that.
So here's my question.
Right. But they are going through so much with everything with Bruce.
With Bruce,
and then she's not wearing a seatbelt, and it looked like a pretty bad car
Spin.
Yeah.
I would have been freaking out.
It's scary, and those moments do really make you realize that. Whether it's produced or not, I mean, it's definitely a point they should realize every day. But
And you know, you guys are saying, well, duh, but we all the time, we forget about it.
Right.
We honestly should be reminded more often because we're so quick to start worrying about things or, you know,
get
spend
caught up with
time
the BS.
on things that don't really matter. And so
I would argue we don't forget about it. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
I would just say
No, we do.
I just wonder that, and I'm actually interested in this, and I'm not asking this because we're intelligent, because we're not intelligent than anybody else.
Oh, I
but between the four of us and the comments that we get on YouTube and Twitter and stuff, I feel like as much as you can with Kardashians, we have relatively deep, intelligent discussions among us and viewers.
Exactly, yeah.
So this subset of Kardashian fans who is watching this and goes, "Oh, they're so right. You gotta love your family." How dumb are they? You know, where are those people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Is there a big segment of their fan base that is that, like, maybe it's just young kids, it's 14-year-olds, but it's like, I'm looking at these things and those tweets, like what you're talking about, and I'm like, wait a second, the Kardashian fans who watch this show, who we talk with, wouldn't respond to it like that. They wouldn't
Right.
say, "Oh, Kim is so right." You know, we already know she's right. There's no dialogue.
exactly, yeah. I just think it's one of those things. How else are you going to respond when you get in a really bad car accident?
You're going to
You know what
spit
I
on
mean?
Jonathan.
That's the right response.
That's
Right,
always the
well,
right response.
I mean, I think it would have been weird to see them respond a different way other than just being grateful that nothing worse happened.
Yeah.
I guess I wish
Khloe,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's funny that Chloe's first thing was like, "It's not my fault. It's not my fault."
Yeah, that
And
was.
that was-
Did you notice each one of them repeated what they were saying like 3 times as the slide was happening? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. I'm not wearing a seatbelt, I'm not wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah.
It was like the thing almost slowed down for them to like, whatever. I don't know, maybe we'll get a lot of heat for like making fun of a car accident, which we're not really doing, but
making fun of it.
after the accident, or let's be clear, it wasn't even an accident, it was a skid, right? They
Right.
didn't hit anything. I don't think they had significant damage. They got on the plane anyways. I don't know. It just seems like such a tired trope to be like, oh, we had a kind of close call. You got to make every day count. Like, we know. We already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Maybe.
I do know.
You know what I am? I guess I'm
What?
just a grumpy guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm
Definitely. I agree with you on that, Bobby.
I need you need a dose of reality at home, and if I'm the one who has to do it, because I'm introverted and aloof and unsociable, then I'll be that guy.
last week. Yeah.
What?
You said that last week too.
That's
No,
like
you're grumpy.
it's my catchphrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Twitter bio.
But yeah, that should be your Twitter and Instagram bio. I'm a grumpy guy. That'll get you a lot of work.
Listen, man, that's a brand. Hashtag branding.
Oh
Yeah.
my own.
All right,
Anyhow.
let's move on. Let's actually get to something worth something. We're flying through this today, but that's good. Let's talk Bruce. So I'm interested in the Bruce stuff today because it's another week of fallout that we see how they're reacting to stuff. You know, we obviously don't get to see them every day, and we're seeing this months later than it happened.
Right.
So it's cool to see this stuff because the About Bruce thing was such a big deal.
Yeah.
The Diane Sawyer thing was such a big deal, and now we get to see the family cope with it. I think all things considered, from what we see, everybody's doing really well.
I think everybody's doing really well, but I still think in this family, it's like, what are we seeing? Are we really seeing, you know, Chris especially? I'm sorry. She's out to dinner with friends in Paris, and like it all does seem well. I don't believe that for a second.
I think she seems pretty lonely.
Why don't? What about it? Don't you believe? Like loneliness, or
I don't believe that she's really like she's not talking about it to anybody, or at least that we're seeing. So therefore, I feel like there's a whole nother conversation that we're just not seeing. Like at the table, the guy was like, "Oh, how is everything? How's it going?" And she immediately started talking about all the other kids, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Wow, this one's good, that one's good," and I'm like, "Well, there's an elephant in the room. You know, something happening, and how do you feel about it?"
yeah.
Maybe she's just not ready.
Yeah,
Which is understandable too.
I think
yeah.
at that time the public it wasn't like official confirmed public knowledge, obviously.
That could be too, actually.
Yeah, because remember we're seeing this
Yeah, and at
months
the
behind.
time, this is very fresh for her, so I can understand her not being fully ready to talk about it at dinner in Paris or whatever. But it does seem like Khloe is still struggling with it a little bit at this time. You know, I think it's different because, like we talked about a lot when we covered the About Bruce episode, you have to give your family and friends time to not mourn the loss, but like at least accept the loss
Right.
that it's happening. It's going to be a different person. And I mean, Kylie had she tried to have a little deep moment there when she said the body, the physical will be different, but our souls will be connected. But like, as corny as that was, it's kind of true. Like, it's the same person inside,
Right.
but he's just going to be different. I think Khloe's having the hardest time realizing that the physical aspect is going to be so different.
Can Kylie say it with a little bit of emotion, though? I'm sorry, I touched
Kylie.
on this last week.
Kylie's brand is grumpy old guy like me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all would get along real. But then I follow her on Snapchat, and it's like a polar opposite
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So she just
then
turns off for the
yeah.
camera.
I think she just, it's a teenager. She doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
She
I guess
doesn't-
so.
That's understandable.
Is
But I
it?
know what you're saying. The physical changes, but the soul.
We don't even get an eye movement. She's
So
like,
will be
it's physical
connected.
changes, but its soul is still the same.
That was so good, Nick.
Yeah, I'm working on my Kylie. Yeah.
You can just see a producer sitting back there like, this is what I went to
Yeah, right.
school for. This
But
is what
that's
I...
the most they could get out of her, so
Yeah.
they used it. So there we go.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, as funny as it is and kind of cheesy, that's probably a lot more emotion she's showed in any of the episodes besides a little bit in the Bruce.
Did you guys? Did you notice the difference when Bruce was doing his confessional type stuff? Like it looked like he was
With a
made
lot of
up. He had
gloss.
some a lot of grease in the hair.
I thought he looked good, though.
Yeah, he did. He looked
Yeah.
good for himself. Had some color on the cheeks. You know, Glam Squad hit him up.
By the way, his house.
Wow.
Yes.
Listen, aloof and introverted, man, I would love to live in a
would
place
love
like that.
that.
Like 5 people on the whole mountain.
You can see everyone coming up.
Sign
no
me
one's
up.
in your backyard.
Private
Yeah.
road, please.
I would be scared at night though.
Oh,
There's nothing up there to be scared of.
Coyotes?
Exactly.
Lions and tigers.
I've seen a lot of scary movies to know isolated places are not the place to be.
all right.
Yeah. But whales, that'd be really cool
Yeah.
to watch whales from your backyard.
No, it would
it's
be
pretty
cool.
awesome.
Come on now. Come on, Grumpy Bobs.
I would find a reason to complain about him. But the Bruce thing, too, not only the Kylie thing, I thought it was interesting how Khloe verbatim said, she was like, I want to go see him one more time in this state and have like another memory with him in this state, which sounds kind of weird, but then you're like, well, if the surgery thing that they're talking about was true, what would you do?
Yeah, so if he got that surgery this week, then have we seen pictures of him post this?
I don't
Or
believe
in
so.
the confessional, has he already had the work done? Are we
I
seeing
don't
that?
think so. That seems pretty
I don't
similar
know.
to what we see in the show.
I don't know, because remember
Yeah.
when he was answering all the questions and he was sort of explaining what they were going to be doing? It seemed like it was sort of minor tweaks to the face that
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be. I think at the end it's going to be most of the clothing, the hair, and the makeup
All
that
of it
will
all together.
really pull it all together to make it a different. But I would definitely agree with Khloe. I would want to get there and see him, or and spend as much time. That's the hardest thing, I think. That. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I don't think we'll see
Who's
it.
calling you, Nick?
Yeah, should we
Calls
answer?
going blowing up in here. Fans calling live. No.
I don't think we'll see anything, a big reveal from Bruce until the series starts.
Until his series, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
And the
cover.
cover now, the magazine cover.
Vanity
Right.
Fair.
We have
Yeah.
that. What do you guys think?
That's-
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
thing. I want to hit that though. Okay, anything else about Bruce that we're missing? I feel like this episode really, because it's a mid-season finale, just kind of wraps stuff up. I know there's little storylines and stuff we're talking about, but it kind of wraps up Bruce. Scott, it kind of wraps up talking about how thankful he is to be with his family. Ends on a much higher note for him than he's
Yeah.
seen in the past, so
Yeah.
that's good. Except for that whole spitting thing. But it was interesting what he said about the, to be continued from last week to this week,
Yep.
the spitting car issue. That it felt good to let out his anger a little bit. So do you think, and I don't know what he would do, but this guy needs to go take boxing classes or
seriously.
something and just let it out there and let it be contained enough there and not.
Yeah, in the right times. I agree. I think 100.
I think boxing classes would be great.
Yeah.
Self-defense if he lives alone in a mountain?
Wait, we're talking about Scott.
Yeah, I know we are, but I'm just saying, if you said you were scared of a mountain, anybody
Yeah.
who's going to live alone on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved his comment. He was like, "We're so thankful for Kim for putting this all together," and he said, "And our
And our
careers."
careers.
Thank you very much.
Scott knows what's up.
Yeah,
He really does.
Instagrammed that today too. So clearly that was a favorite line of his.
He's pretty proud of himself.
Yeah.
I feel like he probably came up with that line himself if he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also said when they're sitting down at the table, I'm going to sit between my
My
two
two,
girls,
yeah.
Khloe and Courtney.
What have I been saying? What have I
don't
been
know.
They're
saying?
just besties.
He's
You've been
always
saying
saying-
menage a trois?
No, no,
he's
no.
like a Khloe Scott.
I'm a Khloe Scott
what?
conspiracy theorist.
Is there a lot of you out there? I didn't even know that was.
You guys have a secret
There's
society
tons.
together?
Listen,
Really?
there's tons of people. There's at least, I don't know, 16, 17 million in America alone.
Okay, moving on.
There's probably 20 of us.
Okay.
But it's a good 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Khloe and Scott forever. You guys, you have no idea.
Weird. No, they do spend a lot of time together. Now that I think they are, he always goes to her, she goes to him. He comes
Welcome
to
to
our
the
house.
conversation.
F is for friends who do something together.
You know, it's a burden.
Anyway,
It's
we
a
talked
burden
about
being
this
right.
enough.
Okay.
You just have to
I
watch
don't
our
wanna give
old
you that much.
podcasts.
Yeah, I guess so. That's before I joined.
It's a burden being right, but somebody's got to do it. Favorite line of this episode for me. I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit before we get to Chris and Kendall. Favorite line of this episode is when Kim is in the doctor's office and she's doing the biopsies and the ultrasounds and all this stuff. And I don't remember what the doctor says to her, but she's like, "I'm just like done. I'm like honestly done."
I'm
and
over it.
the doctor's face, he was like,
He was no reaction. He gave us a
So
Kylie.
what are we doing here?
Nothing.
So why do you come to me twice a week?
She was like, I'm sure everyone does it. And he's like, no. Can't say I've heard that. But I do think, in her defense, think about that. All the shit she's going through. That is draining and tiring, especially after you talk to John, the psychic. You know, I'm just going to put a little
Right.
hamper on all your plans.
if the psychic says no, then what's the point of even trying anymore?
Nothing.
No point.
No point whatsoever.
point.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Do you think that he's on retainer with her, John Edward, the psychic?
was wondering,
Like, is
'cause
she paying for that, or is he
It
just a
seems
friend?
like a friendship
This
at the
is
end.
just
Yeah.
publicity for him. I
Yeah.
feel
Oh,
like
for
that's
sure.
why he's jumping on. But I don't get what she gets out of it other than free advice.
Maybe
Free advice. I bet
Free
she
advice
does
if he gets to
use
be on the
him
show.
often.
I don't know.
stars,
Hey, Kim,
they're
let
just
us
like
know.
us.
I can be a
We
psychic
all love our
tomorrow if
psychics.
he needs me to be.
Oh, man. Oh, that's the other thing. The other stars, they're just like us moment is Kim talking about the Angle versus Angel story with the Jackson family.
Yeah.
First world problems. First world
Wow, I
problems.
had the same thing, minus the Jackson family being there. In third
man.
grade, I'll tell you guys about it later.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Are you
I have
really?
like a similar story with like the words.
Well, tell the
When there
audience.
were messages with message and massage when I was in third grade, and I had to read a sentence out loud in front of the class, and it was like I have nightmares still about this. It was like the doctor gave the doctor gave the message to whatever to
the patient.
whatever, and I said the doctor gave the massage to the patient. So like not only was it embarrassing, but it made it inappropriate. And so in third grade, my teacher was like, "What?"
What kind of massages, Sterling?
Like a flip rub.
But important question. Was your teacher LaToya Jackson?
No.
No.
All right.
Well,
Why-
doesn't count.
Jack-
Story doesn't
So
count.
my story
Gotcha.
sucks compared to hers.
Why did you even share it?
I know,
I told you not to say it on air.
Well, that's yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Chris.
enough about me.
Chris, I would like to hear more stories like that.
Maybe later.
I'm sure the fans would too. Chris and Kendall in Paris.
Dun, 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 dun.
To be honest, I'm on Team Kendall with this only because she's an adult now. If she were 16, if Chris was like, I want to whatever monitor you, if this were her first one, but she's been around the block modeling now for a little bit, let her have a little freedom.
I don't know. See, I took
Yeah.
it from. I was opposite. I said maybe because she's younger, but at this point, if I was traveling anywhere or doing anything, I would think it would always be a positive to have my family around. But then when she said, "Give me a chance to miss you," obviously I don't live with my parents, so I do have that chance to miss them, and I guess that changes it. But I felt bad for Chris.
Yeah.
I really did.
I get both sides for sure. But the other thing is Kendall was like, "Don't come, like that's my thing, blah blah." But the Kardashians and Chris go every year to Paris Fashion Week, so that's not weird for her to be at an event like that anyway, regardless of if Kendall's in it. But to be fair, she probably was just there just to see
Do you
Kendall.
think either consciously or subconsciously this is Kendall again trying to distance herself a little bit from the Kardashian name? Because in the world of fashion and stuff, people are still like, reality TV.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because didn't we hear a while ago she wanted to change
Yeah.
her name, at least professionally, to just Kendall?
Yeah, but I still don't think that had anything to do with negative with the Kardashian. I mean, that's just that's a huge part of her life.
I think this is just a mom-daughter.
Yeah, and I
the
like.
girl's 18. She's gonna, or
Is that-
19
I
or
said,
whatever.
how old was she? I
She's
couldn't
18 or
remember.
19. She's gonna have like moments like this.
Yeah, I think it's
rebel.
just a young thing, because I know if I was going away and working, it would be nice to have my mom there.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
and
But
have
she
the
has,
luxury
all
to
of
have her
cool
to be
model
there.
friends now. Like, you don't want your mom.
That's true.
hanging
She
around.
is doing her own thing, and I do think it could have something to do with separating herself from the brand of Kardashians.
And or Bruce. Who knows in that realm with people around her age, with Kendall, what she's getting with Bruce. If Chris is there, does it exacerbate that? Does it look like she's being chaperoned in that environment?
Yeah.
Because it's a tough time.
Is it
or
like her
whatever?
mom's paving the way for her? Is that why she's here? You can draw all these connections.
And
that
we've
she
heard a
doesn't
bunch
want.
of rumors in the past, who knows how much they're true, but of other models with backlash against Kendall because of where
Did
she's
you
come
read the
from.
open letter that one of the models wrote?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if Kendall, maybe Kendall sees this as, if my mom comes here, it looks like mommy's babysitting me, and I want to do my own thing and take care of
she
myself.
can't do it on her own, and she can. So.
People are cruel.
People are cruel, grumpy, and introverted and aloof too.
You.
You're describing yourself, Bob.
Bob's, enough
People
about
are
you.
like Bobby.
More about the Kardashians.
Because there's not enough about the Kardashians.
I think that's it for the show this week.
Wow. What did you guys think? We got the quick glimpse of the blonde hair. Y'all had
Yeah.
pretty... Did you-
Lello, it was
What's Lello?
Yellow.
Oh, yellow. It was yellow.
it was more yellowy blonde.
It's disgusting. You can't do it with really dark
Although
eyebrows.
the
Looked weird.
pictures
She's
from
wearing a
Vogue
wig.
look
No good.
Yeah, the pictures look great.
amazing.
Which in her case is probably all she cares about. If
Yeah.
the pictures look
I thought
good...
she looked pretty fly when she walked into Courtney's kitchen.
She
I was
did.
like, hey, girl.
Chloe was all,
the-
wait, actually, I do want to talk about the flash to Chloe on the phone in the kitchen with Lamar and the conversation.
her
When
next-
are we gonna? Yeah.
Wait, so divorce? They stopped the divorce?
I didn't know that.
What?
Did you know
I
that?
read about that, but I didn't know if it was just a rumor or.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You just seem so either enthralled or not at all wanting to hear that.
It's kind of both, actually. It's like I don't know enough to make a comment about it right
Yeah.
now.
I'm shocked. I just want to say that. That's what I am.
I'm definitely ready to hear more info on that for sure.
I wish we knew more about the Lamar story. Obviously, it's something that if we don't know, we don't know because it's private. But in this realm, I wish we knew more about it, only because Lamar seems like such a good dude. The spin-offs they've done, all that stuff, nothing but good about Lamar and their relationship. So, I want to know what really happened. I want to know what's going on, what the left turn was, what's going on with
Isn't
this
that
guy.
interesting? I always found that interesting that we never really saw that
Yeah.
or got to any hard. They were very vague about it, and I always wanted to know, where did it go? How did that turn?
And compared to French Montana, which, by the way, could have very well been the title of this episode for different reasons than the rapper. Compared to
It
French
could have
Montana,
been.
yeah,
There
I'm
you
telling
go.
you. Compared to French
Are you a
Montana,
writer?
Lamar is a 10, man. I mean, am I wrong?
Minus his addiction problems.
Lamar's great anyways, but when you compare him to French Montana,
Yeah.
you're comparing, come on, the bottom of the hill versus,
Wow.
Mount Everest.
I hope you
Not
never
even
meet
close.
him.
French Montana?
Yeah.
Fine. I won't know what he's saying to me. It doesn't matter. He can say whatever he wants.
No, I would agree. I just think it is probably, I would just say it's bad news for her to even, I don't care how good Lamar was or anything. Clearly, he wasn't for a good amount of time, and I don't think it's good to start mixing that again.
There's a reason it ended.
Right.
Yeah.
If he has his whole addiction, mental issues, whatever it is going on, then, it doesn't matter how nice you are, just that can override anything.
The only thing I always used to say when Chloe used to be like, I dealt with this with Lamar and now with Rob, so I always felt like, okay, so they're going through similar things. Is it both drugs? Is it both just people pulling away? I never knew, and that would be the only line I kept trying to draw to see how was Rob, what is he going through?
And did one affect the other because Rob lived with them for so
Right.
He
long?
was in that environment.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Who knows? Speaking of Rob, let's do a little news and gossip.
Ooh.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So it came out this week. We know now about as much as we knew about Rob like a week ago because it came out that he went to rehab, and then it came out that he didn't go to rehab. So
we are back at square one, and we wasted your time.
and we don't know anything. But it was like a former bodyguard or something that leaked that he went to rehab, and then Chris came out specifically and squashed it. So what does that mean with Chris acknowledging it? Because with this Bruce stuff, for a long time, they didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
I think they don't want him in the news. I think he doesn't want to be in the news, and I think they know the effect that has on him, and I think it really is messing with his head, and that is why I think she's both. So it didn't go out, and it didn't start turning into other stories of why is he and where is he? Is he good now? She just wanted to end it.
I agree with that, and I also think that maybe if they're starting to take this tough love approach that we've talked about before, she doesn't want the press to give him any credit that he's not actually working for. I could see that side of it as well.
That could be a
if
good
she
point,
is taking
too.
that tough love Kim Kardashian approach.
Does she, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, maybe it sounds harsh, but does she have like a responsibility or something to pull back from public life herself if one of her kids is so averse to it? If that's the case with Rob, if he clearly doesn't want it. I mean, they're going full bore, the Kardashians, again and again with public ventures. Should she at one point say, you know what? Maybe we don't need to be doing this, or at least I don't, as his mother, and the other kids who are adults can make their own decisions.
I don't think so, only because they are all adults. So, in that, if they were young kids, if it was Kylie and Kendall dealing with something like this, and you're the first hand, you're making them involved. They have very separate lives now, and they'll always be connected in the media. So, I don't think her pulling out of the media or doing things like that I don't think that is her responsibility.
That's fair. Okay. I don't know. I just because she can seem so one-noted sometimes for better or worse, and we've talked about this before on this show about how focused she is on things she can control and what she wants to do and achievement, which is all great until it's not. So you wonder at what point does that hurt her children? But again, he's 28, so at some point you also have to say, hey, dude. It's up to you now, without being heartless, of course.
Yeah.
I feel like we are going to start seeing a new story for Kris. We're going to start seeing a lot more because as of right now, every time we see her in a conversation with somebody, mostly it's about her kids or work or anything like that. And now, even like she said at dinner in Paris, it's just her in the house. So she's going to start building her own life just as Bruce is, and she's going to start dating more people, being out doing things.
I'm pretty sure she's still dating Corey Gamble.
Oh, that's still a thing?
I think that's still a thing. I haven't heard otherwise. If you guys have heard otherwise, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
I feel like I would know about that.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to do something. So this is the mid-season finale. Predictions are hard on the show, but let's do predictions today because I have a little idea for you guys.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
And I'm going to put you guys on the spot a little bit.
The spotlight.
Do you guys want to...
Leah C says, I don't think Kris would pull out just yet because all the other sisters are thriving in the spotlight. And
fair point, definitely.
I like that. Yeah,
MC0325 says, the main issue I have with this show as a Kardashian publicity machine is how vague they are with their serious issues. That adds to why I don't trust anything they say or sell.
That's why we appreciated the Bruce Jenner thing, is because they finally addressed something serious for
Welcome to the world of PR.
And
In depth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
What do they say?
The radio lies, the TV lies, the newspaper lies, but the streets, Frankie,
Is real.
they howl with the truth.
Who says that?
Not
like
people,
it. I've
not
never
people in
heard it,
Calabasas.
but I like that.
No, but this is just a spin machine as much as we have fun with it. And that's why we're so critical of it, because it's literally just a spin machine. Okay, prediction time for you guys. And I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit since it's mid-season finale.
Yeah.
What do you think the next, half season or more holds for Kourtney Kardashian?
I think Kourtney's the one person that doesn't seem to really want... What?
I'm sorry, I just think... no, continue.
No, what?
No, keep going.
No, I want to know what.
I just don't think she's doing anything.
That's what I was just going to say.
Do you have a massage to give us?
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think she is. I think she's the one person that would sort of fall into the back. If it wasn't for Scott and like her cute kids, what in the hell do we have to say about Kourtney? Really,
I think
nothing.
she's just really focused on being a mother, which is awesome.
Do
but
you
not
think
the best reality TV star?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think she will ever get another spinoff like The Hamptons?
Probably not.
I think it's in contracts. Maybe she's already forced to be doing something, but would she ever be like, I want this, I need this? No, I'll never believe that.
Nor does she deserve it. God love her. One of my favorite Kardashians, boring as hell on that spinoff.
Boring as hell.
Yeah, I would love to see Kourtney do like some sort of like interior design line or something like that.
She has opened herself up to that in the show so many times that she couldn't. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs
out a
a
book.
reality show on HGTV. something
Yeah.
like
That would be cool, but
branch
it's gotta be
out.
on E.
I think she would do a
Gotta be on
book,
E.
like Kim did her selfie book, what she's good at, and
I still need to get.
Courtney would do actually something tangible, what she's good at, decorating houses.
Such shade.
What else was Kim? What else would Kim write a book
I'm
about?
not
saying
disagreeing with
shade.
it.
She takes great selfies. She looks great in them.
I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying you're throwing shade.
If I could take such selfies, I would make a book too.
I would buy it, Nick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
You'd be the
you're
one
welcome.
sale.
Yeah.
Bobby would review it poorly.
Friends.
All right, Khloe Kardashian. What does the future hold for her?
If Lamar's back in the picture, whatever extent he is, it's probably going to be emotional for Khloe, just especially with the Bruce thing, and then now another male figure coming back in her life. So probably be emotional one.
Yeah, I could see, at least in the next half of this season, the whole Lamar situation being a point of drama for us as viewers, but also a point of tension for her personally.
Yeah.
I just hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it's anything good would ever come out of that. I could see maybe because this is happening with Bruce, she's trying to replace that or fill the void, and I just
Possibly.
don't think this is the place to look.
Interesting.
I guess it's the whole idea of giving someone a second chance, and I usually would say yes, but in this case, I think even if his second chance is him living on his own, doing his own thing, is more important than bringing him back into the spotlight.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and I think that I personally want Khloe to find someone that's stable for once.
Yeah.
I feel like she needs that in her life, and looking back, she went through all this pregnancy stuff with that Kim's going through now, like not being able to get pregnant, blah blah. But now in hindsight, it's like, well, it's a good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah.
True.
So it's all about timing and finding the right person.
Yeah, like John said, it's about astrology. It's about Whitney astrology.
What is
Yeah.
you know what does the next mid-season, half-season hold for John Edwards?
Business is booming tonight. His website is off the charts, and his phone is being.
I kind of want to give him a little call. Maybe we should have him on the show.
We
next
should have.
season.
We're gonna.
Oh my
call
gosh.
in.
That'd be incredible. And you know what? If he's heard this, if he's heard us talking about him or whatever, if he ever came on the show and did his research,
He already knows that.
He would-
we talked
he already
about
Yeah,
knows.
it.
duh,
Have your
hello.
research.
he would
She's like, there's 4 people out there talking about me.
Sterling.
He'd be giving you guys wonderful things like, Sterling, you're going to be rich and famous one day. Bobby, you'll be hit by a bus next week.
Bobby, don't leave your house.
Ever.
Dude.
Okay, what about Kim? Obviously, we know the pregnancy, but what else is in store for Kim, prediction-wise?
I mean, I think the pregnancy is the biggest thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we.
Other than
I mean, we
that.
saw how the other pregnancy went and how the
Does she,
public reacted.
as she keeps having, hopefully having kids, healthy, wonderful children that are just goddamn gorgeous, does she keep dropping out of the public eye? Not like secluding herself, but is she going to stop taking jobs, stop traveling? 2 is twice as many as 1.
Wow.
I
Really
just
great at
think-
math.
Whoa, mind blown. No, I just think. I always wondered this. They have a lot where it's no a hidden thing that they have a lot of money. So at what point do they start backing out and doing, I don't want to say classier things, they don't mean it in that way, but more selective projects? And
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they ever do. I don't know. It just seems like they want it more. They will get more. The only person I think is Kanye that's trying to sort of, they can't show the child a lot on TV and stuff like that. He's really her. She's going off full blow.
I don't see them slowing down any.
That is wild to me about all celebrities who are really pretty rich. And we don't know their finances. Maybe they're blowing money, but I doubt it. But, if you gave me all the money that, Kim Kardashian made on that stupid app alone,
Yeah.
I would just, hang out the rest
I
of my
think you
life.
think that, but then I honestly do believe that you figure out that you're not doing it for the money and you're more in it for what's next, what's next, what's
Maybe,
next.
but I wouldn't want to parlay it into a business. You want to enjoy it.
I
you know?
guess.
It just seems
Maybe
insane
go
to
on
me.
one vacation and then you start
Yeah.
figuring
Yeah,
the
what
next,
in the hell are you gonna
next
do?
steps.
I'm aloof, introverted, and unsociable.
honestly-
You know what I'm going to do.
Perfect one. So sad.
Okay, Chris, what does the future hold for the lovely matriarch?
At the end of this episode, it seems like she's ready, she's going to start a whole new life here.
Yeah.
It seems like. So I think, if she's dating Corey still, or if not, I definitely think dating and finding someone, I think she'll want to find someone to spend the rest of her life with. Because
And
she
then-
does get lonely,
Interesting.
Yeah.
it seems like.
And we were talking briefly when we were watching, maybe now she has more time for Rob, to help Rob out.
That would be nice. Doubtful, but nice.
All right, last one, most important one.
Me.
Yeah, what do you do? Let's do Frankie. What does the future hold for Frankie?
Amazing, beautiful things.
These are my little radars. I think that's what I was talking about John, too.
What does the future hold for Jonathan Chabon?
Do you know he has a website?
I can tell you guys. I can tell you guys what it is.
What?
I can tell you guys.
Hate tweets from Bobby?
I think Jonathan,
Yeah, seriously, lots of them.
Don't leave your house.
Let me paint a picture. I think Jonathan is the smartest mind of our time. I think Jonathan
I'm gonna stop you there.
is a public relations genius. I think Jonathan should probably be a politician. If California needs a governor soon, I think Jonathan's the man for that job. Or New York. I think
Did we go off live yet? Or?
I know what you're saying right now.
I think Jonathan is the wisest person in the world, and this is in no way because of a threat from his legal team to me earlier this week.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm totally kidding.
I was oh my gosh. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Us also.
Jonathan can do no wrong, courtesy of Williams and Taft Esquire.
And this is the last we will ever speak about him.
Sound effects.
God love him. Jonathan, come on the show next half season. Guys, that's it this week and half season on the Kardashians. I don't know when the hell they come back. He is awful about scheduling. They don't tell you anything until literally the day before it happens.
Yeah, it's like, oh, in 2 hours we're premiering.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So we will be back whenever we're back. Obviously, we would love to have you guys with us. If you haven't already, and it's probably too late, but you still should, hit subscribe on YouTube and iTunes. Remember, podcast1.com. You can survey us. I don't know if I want you to after this episode anymore.
Oh, I do. Now we know who's talking good.
Let's shout out some people that were commenting.
Yeah, please do. Real
Raina
quick.
Styles. I'm not sure if
What's
I said
up,
that right.
Raina?
Live for the Summer. Leah C. MC0325. And Lucia Rayo. Again, I'm not good at
Give us one
pronouncing
good one
things,
to lead
so.
us out.
One good what?
One good comment. What's the best comment to lead
Here's
us out?
one. Live for the Summer says, BTW, Bobby is hot.
Yes! Yes!
I don't see that one. Sterling, if you want to say it, just say it.
Well, shout out to Mom for creating that alias.
It's your mom live for the summer.
All right. It's getting hot in here. Okay, well, live for the summer. You can find me on Twitter at Bobby DeMuro. Guys, Twitter, Instagram, where you at?
What's up, guys? You can follow me at Nicholas Grava on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sterling Cates.
Twitter, Instagram, XOXOCESCA.
And Twitter at Bobby DeMuro, Instagram at Mr. Bobby DeMuro. That's it this week on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We'll see you whenever the hell they come back. Couple months from now. Good night, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.